Okay, I'm doing tonight's video on a few things that have been going on this week that I think need to be talked about. First, we're going to talk about the Federal Reserve with old Tim Geithner. He has currently come up with a plan that he says will help alleviate a lot of future problems such as we are having now over investment programs, hedge funds, things of this sort, you know. He's come up with a plan basically for the Federal Reserve to start taking over these things if they see it fit and necessary, and to put a lot more government control over it. Now this is leaning way to the left. This is a very clearly approaching, you know, a socialist and communist, you know, ideology for this, and has even been listed by the EU, the European Union, to be just too far to the left, even for them. Go figure. Also, we've had the Obama budget, which, if anybody doesn't know, is expected to cause at least a $1.2 trillion deficit for the next year, and to be over the next 10 years to cause the double in our national debt. This right now is currently being supported by Harry Reid and the Senate Budget Committee, and it's trying to be pushed through, and he is trying to block any type of GOP, any type of Republican or independent opposition to it. He's trying to just fast track it through, get it knocked out, you know, that way nobody can say anything about it. He's also trying to push forward Obama's health care plan, which, to me, it doesn't really go after the true cause of the problems with health care in the United States. It supports a lot of very liberal ideas, even starting to support socialized health care, puts a lot of burden onto business owners and company owners, you know, to pay more for health care, and really doesn't do anything to alleviate any problems, and it's really going to cost us. Also, we got old Hillary Clinton down in Mexico. If nobody knows, she's been down in Mexico meeting with the Mexican officials about the current drug cartel war going on there. And she has currently laid the entire blame of the whole thing onto the U.S. populace. Even though the majority of the populace has asked for more control over our border, that it's been too widely open, which a lot of liberals have blocked because they believe that in the immigrants that flood across, that they support them. They want them here. They want to start putting them into social programs. These people are not paying taxes. These people are living off government programs. They're putting their kids into our schools, which are paid for by our taxes, that they're not paying a dime of, and have no legal way of paying any, and will not, while they're illegal. But she's laying all this on us. Also, liberals have supported you know, different programs that for you know, that do not help drug users. They've also pushed for the legalization of marijuana and things, you know, push for these won't help. What we need to do is we need to get control over that border. You know, finally it's coming around, it's biting them on the ass, it's showing them that allowing this border to be open, for it to be free, has now allowed a criminal element to come across, which we all said was going to happen and was happening. And now it's become a major problem that they are having to deal with, and now it's going to cost more money, more of our taxpayer money, to actually solve this problem. And she does not need to be laying this off on the general populace of the United States. We did not cause this. We've been asking for this to be fixed. It's your problem. It's what you caused. It's what you allowed to happen. It's now now it's a big thing, and now you got to deal with it. Also, if anybody hasn't heard, down in Guantanamo Bay, there are 17 prisoners that were captured in Afghanistan. They were cleared of terrorism, but they are firm supporters of the Taliban. You know, let's get that straight. They aren't terrorists, but they're Taliban. That means they're extremists. The Taliban is an extreme group of the Muslim religion that pushes for extreme control of the people, you know, within the country. And I mean, They're way out there. You know, even a lot of Muslim folks will say, hey, these guys are out there. Now, these people are, no country wants them. Absolutely no country wants them as of right now. So what has our government decided to do? Well, they're making plans to possibly release them into the United States. And not only that, but they want to give them government aid to do so. To give them government aid to live off in the United States. Now, these people that were part of a group that wanted the destruction of entire Western society, especially the U.S., whether they were terrorists or not, they were part of the Taliban group, and that's one of the things that Taliban pushes. The destruction of anything westernized because they feel it's against their religion. But our government wants to release them into the United States and pay for them to be here. Now you tell me, how far out is that? Let's see. Also, another thing on the Federal Reserve, you got Ron Paul out there who's doing great things in the Congress to try and support our liberties and our rights. He has now got a bill he's trying to push forth in the House, H.R. 1207, and this is to do a complete audit of the Federal Reserve, which is not audited by the U.S. By the Federal Reserve, chairmen have said that they are not controlled by the U.S. government, any part of the U.S. government, that they are independent of it, and that they do not need. How this can be, I don't know. How they can even think this, or let alone state it publicly. But this man right now is trying to push for an audit of it, and I would ask that y'all call your congressmen, and support this as best you can, and try and get this passed, and let's find out where our taxpaying money's going and what's being done with it. You know, these people could be stealing it left and right. We don't know because we can't audit it, and he's pushing for that. But I believe that's about all I got. Leave any comments you have in the comment section. Y'all have a good night. To me.